What's up, guys? Trooper Talks here. This time, we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be doing a theory video specifically based on if Ahsoka Tano is coming to the Bad Batch. I do think this is a possibility, especially seeing this last episode with Rex and Wolf and how Rex references going down with the ship, which Ahsoka was also on. I do believe they may be hinting at a potential return for Ahsoka. Her comeback could bring intriguing changes to the Bad Batch, some positive, others perhaps less so. What are your initial thoughts on Ahsoka and how she might integrate into the Bad Batch?
Yeah, I think there are many ways they could bring her into the story. Like when Rex mentioned the Republic cruiser going down, it was probably a nod to when he and Ahsoka escaped. At this point, we're not sure what she's up to, except for her appearances in Star Wars Rebels. So during this time, right after Order 66 in the Bad Batch, her whereabouts are a mystery. It's a good chance for her to join the show, help the Bad Batch, free the clones, and fight the Empire. Maybe she'll show up when Asajj Ventress does. We've seen her in the trailer, but she hasn't appeared yet. And if Vader shows up later in the season, it could tie into Ahsoka's story. Overall, there are lots of ways she could be involved, and I'm excited to see if she actually does show up. On another note, some people might disagree, but personally, I think it would be interesting if Ahsoka turned out to have her own plans, or if she clashes with the Bad Batch on certain decisions. It would add an unexpected twist to her character and keep the story unpredictable.
Yeah, I was actually thinking the same thing about your point regarding Ventress. It could be a perfect opportunity to bring them both into the story simultaneously. And what's intriguing is the possibility that when they meet, they're not automatically adversaries. Ventress doesn't seem aligned with the Empire currently, so a team-up scenario where former enemies unite would add a fascinating dynamic. Moreover, if Vader were to make an appearance, it would be an ideal moment to introduce Ahsoka. Given the recent Ahsoka TV show, her relevance is high, making her inclusion fitting within the Disney timeline. Plus, she could serve as a mentor figure for Omega, providing a good opportunity for Disney to add another female character amidst the predominantly male group. And considering the challenges they faced during the Tantis prison break, having Ahsoka's assistance could prove invaluable.
Hey, I gotta say, bringing in Ahsoka for the show makes total sense, especially with her being all over the place lately, especially with that Ahsoka TV show buzz. It's a golden chance to give her some screen time. And after the Bad Batch's flop rescue missions in season 2, it's clear they need a new game plan. Maybe they should switch things up a bit, get some extra hands on deck, and form new alliances. With Captain Rex and his crew in the mix, it's definitely a step in the right direction. But you know what? I've got to say it. Hunter's got a point. Taking on the Empire head on seems like a lost cause. They're just too big, too many. If they want to stand a chance, they got to rally more troops. And Ahsoka, she's perfect for the job. She's all about taking action against the Empire, and she's got history with Rex. So it wouldn't be too out there to see her swoop in and lend a hand this season. It's a bold move, but hey, nothing wrong with cameos as long as they're written into the story well.
Absolutely. Exploring Ahsoka's character post-Order 66 would be incredibly compelling. She's among the few Jedi left, and the tragic events were essentially triggered by her former master, Anakin Skywalker. It raises questions about how she copes emotionally. Is she broken, like Obi-Wan in his own TV show, struggling with detachment from the Force due to the trauma? While Ahsoka didn't witness the events firsthand, her connection to Anakin as his Padawan undoubtedly weighs heavily on her. Witnessing her journey as she navigates these emotions and emerges on the other side would be captivating storytelling.
Yeah, so about Ahsoka possibly showing up in the Bad Batch, it could totally happen. But I reckon it shouldn't be a long-term thing. If she sticks around too much, it might steal the spotlight from other characters, you know? Like, if she's on every mission, it kind of make things too easy for the Bad Batch. So maybe just a short stint, like a couple of episodes where she helps them out on a specific mission could work well. I was thinking maybe when Ventress pops up, that'd be a good time for Ahsoka to come back into the picture. I mean, in the trailer, Ventress says something along the lines of, "I never planned on killing you, but you're making it very tempting." The trailer makes it seem as though she's talking to the Bad Batch, but that doesn't make sense. So maybe she's talking about Ahsoka because they've got some history from the Clone Wars, or maybe even Vader could be in the mix there. But yeah, if Ahsoka does show up, I think it'd be cool to have her and Ventress together, whether they're working together or against each other. It adds some real depth to the story. Plus, they've got a lot of history to explore, which could make things really interesting. And you know what? Maybe having Ahsoka around too much could actually make things a bit stale. I mean, she's awesome and all, but sometimes less is more, you know? So bringing her in for a short arc with Ventress could be the perfect decision.
Indeed, it would be wise to introduce characters like Ahsoka or Ventress gradually to avoid overpowering the narrative too soon. Their potential involvement could be reserved for later seasons or pivotal moments where their unique abilities are necessary, such as facing formidable foes like Darth Vader. Oh, and yes, while it may not happen immediately, the possibility adds depth to the storyline. Overall, I'm intrigued to see how the Bad Batch evolves and potentially intersects with these iconic characters in the future.
So, like, we haven't really got any clear signs that Ahsoka will totally be in the show. But, you know, think about how Disney likes surprise appearances and all the talks going around. It could totally happen. I feel like if it's not in the next episode, it might happen later in the season, considering we've seen other characters teased in trailers who haven't shown up yet. We're about halfway through. So there's still plenty of time for her to pop in. Having her would definitely spice up the story. So what do you guys think? Do you want Ahsoka to make an appearance? Maybe you've got some cool ideas for how she could show up. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe would be super appreciated. Thanks for tuning in and catch you in the next one.